But I give I'm from Bulu.
All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Bolu Atife, and so we'll be present. Oh, Ifeanyi, can you mute?
Sorry about that, guys. Can you
I am
please
present.
ensure that your mic is off when you are not the speaker? Oluwatife, it's your mic
I am.
traveling last. Oh, okay. Apologies.
Yeah, I'm meant to present. Yes, yes. Yeah. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. My name is Bolu Atife. So I'm a member of Group 2 of the Gradient Boost of November cohort. So we are presenting our project, which has to do with analysis and prediction of health insurance subscription in Nigeria. So other members of the team are Uthman Alison, who spoke earlier, and then Idris and Shakir Moreno. So next slide. So, universal health coverage is defined by the World Health Organization as a way of providing specific healthcare benefits to all members of the population. And this is protection because necessary healthcare services. In simple terms, universal health coverage aims to ensure that both regardless of your wealth status or your wealth index, you're able to access healthcare services. So in Nigeria, because of the goal of attaining universal health coverage, sorry about that. Because of the goal of achieving universal health coverage for every citizen. So the National Health Insurance Scheme (NHIS) was started in 2015, and the aim of this was to provide Nigerians with access to appropriate and affordable healthcare. So the goal of this is to provide health insurance for Nigerians. However, since the activity of the NHIS began, the health insurance penetration in Nigeria is still very low. Less than 3% of Nigerians still have a health insurance policy. Next slide, please. So we see from this chart that among the nations listed on this chart, Nigeria happens to have the highest out-of-pocket health expenditure. That is, Nigerians spend more on their health. They spend more. They spend more on their health compared to out of pocket compared to other nations of the world. You see there that the next to Nigeria is China, and the health out of pocket health expenditure in Nigeria is probably more than 2 times that of China. So it's a significant problem for Nigerians who have to, and meanwhile, considering that the country is a low income country and or a developing country, a lot of Nigerians still have to pay for their health out of pocket. So we see here that the effects of this is that people who can afford it, it results in a lot of mortality and morbidity for the citizens. Next slide, please. So this iterates the point I made earlier about the poor health insurance coverage in Nigeria. So see that 2.7% in a survey conducted by the Nigeria Demographic and Health Survey, which was published in 2018, less than 3% of them had access to health insurance policy, while the vast majority were not on any health insurance. So this is also another source from NY polls. So they were asked how they paid for their health care, and majority said they paid out of pocket. Just a few of them had a health insurance cover, although this particular data source compared to the NDHS was quite higher, but nonetheless, it's still low anyway. So why the rest said a friend or a family pays for them. So next slide, please. This is also another NY poll. which wanted to know how aware a common the masses in Nigeria, how aware of the NHIS, how much are they aware of the NHIS? So about 50% of the population are just aware of the activities of the NHIS. And as you'll see in the presentation later, this is why our solution is quite important to stakeholders like the NHIS, because we aim to improve the awareness of what they do and to also improve the coverage. Next slide, please. So we see on this presentation that quite the majority of Nigerians would be willing to pay a premium for health insurance so that they can access health care when ill. So Nigerians, the poor health insurance coverage in Nigeria is not because Nigerians are so averse to health insurance. It's more of there are other problems that are responsible for this. So Nigerians are quite receptive of health insurance if made available to them. But like we saw earlier, the awareness of the NHIS is quite poor. So this could have been a factor in doing this. So next slide, please. So again, this shows the willingness to pay health insurance premium for health. This is a more elaborate a graphical representation of the results. You see that how it is distributed by geopolitical zone. In the Southwest, they are less willing to pay for health insurance. And then we see, okay, those who are above 60 are also less willing compared to others. This is important for organizations who offer these services, so that they know where to concentrate on for improving awareness and also for getting markets for their products. Next slide, please. So this is another data obtained from the Nigeria Demographic and Health Survey in 2018, and you see that the very few people. All right, the very few people who have health insurance coverage, we highlighted their means of accessing health insurance. So the most the major contributing factor to accessing health insurance among the very few who have is based on their employment. Most of them have health insurance that is provided by their employer because of the fact that they're employed. Then very few Nigerians have health insurance because of social security, and very few of them actually privately purchased a health insurance policy, whereas community organization is the second highest. But by and large, um, employed people are more likely. We can safely conclude, or we can safely assume that employed people are more likely to access health insurance. So next slide, please. Next slide. All right. Yeah. So having seen a detailed representation of what the problem in Nigeria is, to go over what I said earlier, that Nigerians, there's very poor coverage of health insurance in Nigeria. And then there's also poor awareness of the national health insurance scheme, and there's also there's also skewness in the distribution of the health insurance, because more employed people have it, and also there is actually a high willingness on the part of Nigerians to purchase health insurance. So what our solution does is to use a classification model to predict whether an individual will take up a health insurance policy or not. So the model uses social demographic factors such as age, literacy, and level of education, and the likes, and wealth index too is there. So a number of social demographic factors to predict whether a person is likely to take up a health insurance policy or not. The model was actually trained using the Nigeria Health and Demographic Survey published in 2018, which is a nationally representative data of over 40,000 Nigerians who were asked questions relating to their health, include a number of questions, which includes questions about health insurance and the type of health insurance, the means of accessing their health insurance. So we tested our model on this data, and we also trained its the machine learning model using the data. So our model predicts that an individual will take up a health insurance scheme. When it predicts this, it is correct 82% of the time. And when it's correct, identify take up the health insurance scheme. It identifies 99% of them who will take up the health insurance scheme. Next slide, please. So we hope to sell this solution to help to pitch this solution to government agencies, public health stakeholders, and insurance companies to make smarter decisions. We believe that this classification model, which is able to predict whether someone is likely to take up a health insurance policy or not, would be useful in predicting internet users who would be interested in a health insurance policy. And this information can be used to show them personalized ads, and more clicks means higher revenue for ads companies under the pay-per-click model. So to explain that further, if social media companies, next slide, please. Next slide. Yeah. So like I said earlier, that we hope to, those that will benefit from our solution include the Federal Ministry of Health, the National Health Insurance Scheme, which is the NHIS, and then the internet advertising agencies like search engines such as Google Ads, Amazon Advertising, Microsoft Advertising, social networks like Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And so uh, how we hope to, how we hope these products will be useful to government stakeholders is they would be able to predict what region of the country have deficiencies in health insurance and where to concentrate their efforts, where their efforts are more likely to generate the most effect. And we also, for the internet advertising agencies, when they implement our model in their advertising algorithms, they would be more, by using that, they are more likely to predict internet users who are more likely to click on the health insurance ads because they would be more interested. Such people will be more interested in health insurance. So we think this is a very good product for those search engines, and it will also attract HMOs, that is health maintenance organizations, to also subscribe to these advertising platforms and to get more buyers, more purchasers of their products. And also state governments, social security, like health insurance, is very poor in Nigeria. So we also hope that this would help revamp the sector. So anticipated impact of this solution is significant increase in health insurance coverage in Nigeria, increase in revenue for the NHIS, because more people purchasing health insurance policies mean more revenue for the NHIS and the Federal Ministry of Health. And also we expect at least a 2.5 click-through rate in internet advertising, because when the advertising algorithm is able to direct internet users, is able to show internet users who are more likely to purchase, those set of people are more likely to click the internet ads. And this also helps personalized marketing, like I said earlier, personalized ads for the health maintenance organizations. And we also hope that the overall effect, the social impact of this would be better awareness programs for health insurance from state governments and improved health insurance coverage at the level of primary health care. Next slide. So we'll proceed to the demo of how our product works. This will be taken by my colleague, Uthman Allison.
Thank you, Gordon. So the first model was we created this thing app for it and we deployed this thing app on Airport. So this is what the app looks like. This is the start stage to tell us about the application, what the application does.
Sorry, I can't hear anything.
Can you hear it clearly? That's fine.
Can you hear me?
Yes, better now. There's some background noise.
So this is the overview page of the application. This is the overview page of the application where the app is represented on individual data organization and policy and leveraging one machine learning classification model. And we also investigate the factors that most likely might taken up our insurance policy using the same model. So these are me and my team. I am my team members. So next we will just go to prediction and evaluation part of the application where we try to test the application on the test set. You see as data that the application has not seen before. So to do that, we would input the CSV file here, where in CSV file that contains the same column with our 20 data set, but just a row. So I'm going to do that now. When the CSV file is uploaded, the application runs gives us the user input features, the prediction and prediction probability. Very sensitive and so for these features now, our ML model is predicting that for this individual with this feature, the individual will not take up an insurance policy and gives the probability 0.7 probability of not taking it and 0.26 of taking it. Also using the total importance plus from the classification model, the highest features that have the highest values of the importance plus. We added some of them to the side by here. So by changing one to if we change the values of some of the features, how would you affect the model? For example, here, if I can slide this belt index here to the highest here, and the model would be run, and you can see the impact. It is still no. So it is running now. So it is still no.
Sorry, Usman.
Sorry.
We are having trouble hearing you from our side.
Yeah,
to be honest, it would be fair someone else take this up and present, or you move, because the background now is kind of swallowed your voice. I don't even know what you're doing, even though I know you're doing something very important, but your voice needs to guide us.
Thank you, Collins. Team 2, don't you have someone to take over from here?
Okay. Usman, okay, maybe we should just run through the prediction and round up that part. Usman, can you hear?
Usman. Hello,
Can
Usman.
you talk now?
Hello?
I can hear you.
Okay, yeah. Do you want to go ahead?
No, please go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I think we'll just do the prediction and what you were doing initially. So yeah, basically, like we said about the predicting whether someone takes up a health insurance policy or not. So given the social demographic factors, a number of factors which we would have loved to display because of the challenges we currently have. So this is being deployed on Streamlit. We like the UI UX, the intuitive UI UX of Streamlit, and it's easier to use, and it's very good for to demonstrate our product, our proposed solution. So, but I think Utman is having problem with his network. Okay. Okay, yes. So like we see on the left hand side of the screen, you see some questions about use of internet. That's one question. Yes, use of internet, accounts in bank, internet use frequency, literacy, and that is ability to read. Yeah, yeah. Then wealth index too. Wealth index was calculated using both factors. So people in the Nigerian population, individuals were categorized into quintiles of based on their assets. So we have the richer, the rich, the middle, and poor and the poorer. So based on their wealth index too. These were important features that were identified during our machine learning model training, and they're able to predict whether someone takes a health insurance. So we see at the center of the screen, you see the prediction. So it's either no or yes. So by changing some of the responses to the questions on social demographics, we're able to get the prediction. So let's go back to the presentation, please, Usman, and round up the. So we're sorry about the demo. Sorry about that. The sorry for the
I,
challenges.
I think you've covered everything already. Thank you.
Yes. Just go to the presentation and so that we can round up. So future directions for our solution is to be able to use, say, natural language processing to be able to identify important features and also make predictions. Maybe from someone's Google search, we are able to identify some of these features. Also suggest healthcare providers in patients' vicinity. We also hope to improve the metrics of our machine learning model, thereby improving our solution. Thank you very much for listening to us. Yeah. Thank you.